Imagine yourself for a moment as a student that uncovers a scientific breakthrough so consequential it warrants a Nobel Prize and hundreds of thousands of dollars in royalties. Now imagine your professor elbowing you out of the picture and claiming ownership over your discovery, receiving both the praise and the profits for your achievement. This was the unfortunate reality for one Dr. Albert Schatz. During his graduate studies at Rutgers College of Agriculture in 1943, Schatz had isolated the antibiotic streptomycin, the first cure for tuberculosis, which at the time was regarded as one of the worst pathogens in history. As word of the discovery began to spread, Dr. Selman A. Waxman, Schatz's then graduate supervisor, stepped in and took credit for the discovery. After graduating, Dr. Schatz took both Rutgers University and Dr. Waxman to court and reached a settlement that gave Dr. Schatz a portion of the royalties and the designation of co-discoverer. However, in 1952, Dr. Waxman was given the Nobel Prize for discovering the antibiotic, with Dr. Schatz receiving no recognition. It wasn't until 2010, 5 years after Dr. Schatz's death, that a key piece of evidence surfaced in the Alexander Library's special collections. Dr. Schatz's original lab notebook had been discovered by the library's head archivist, and in it, the dates and experimental findings that proved Dr. Schatz to be, indeed, the primary researcher responsible for the discovery. From Galileo to Stephen Hawking, the lab notebook is arguably one of the oldest and most consequential genres of scientific documentation. From the modest to the revolutionary, many, if not most discoveries can be traced back to the jottings in a scientist's personal notes. Lab notebooks serve a myriad of functions. Traditionally, they are understood as a compilation of the researcher's notes, the documentation of his or her experiment for the purpose of reproduction. But they serve other important functions as well, like protection against false allegations and intellectual property claims, as we saw in the unfortunate case of Dr. Schatz. Sometimes acting as a historical artifact, the effects of a lab notebook can extend decades or even hundreds of years beyond its initial completion. In this module, we will trace some of the history surrounding lab notebooks and early scientific documentation. Looking at the historical context helps situate the genre and its early purposes, allowing us to see how lab notebooks have and continue to evolve over time.